Hello, and welcome to episode 9 of the Cherry Purls podcast.
Welcome.
If you're a new viewer, thank you for watching, and if you're a returning viewer, thank you so much for coming back. We're mostly a knitting and crafting podcast. We're coming to you from outside New Orleans, Louisiana, and we're happy you're joining us today.
Yes.
My name is Robin.
I'm Mary.
And you can find me as Teeny Button on Ravelry and Instagram, and you can also find my shop, Teeny Button Studios, at Etsy.com.
And I am Snippin' Full on Ravelry and Pinterest. And on Instagram, I am My Angry Orange Cat.
So we have a podcast group. It's Cherry Purls Podcast on Ravelry. I'll link it down below. You can find all of our show notes there, as well as chatter threads and other things. We have an upcoming CAL that we'd like to talk to you about. So the information for that will be in the group, but we'll tell you a little bit about it right now.
Well, before we do that, I would like to do a shout out. Thank you to Kirsten of the Knitting a Love Song podcast. She mentioned us in our last podcast, and that was really sweet.
Yeah, she said some very nice things about my yarn. It made me really happy.
We appreciate her talking about us. She's great.
Mm-hmm.
The CAL that Robin mentioned is coming up. It is starting on June the 1st. And will run through the entire months of June and July, ending on July 31st. And it is our Summer Colors CAL that we're doing with Robin of Stitching Between Pages podcast. The rules of the podcast will be listed in the Ravelry group, but it is basically a 2-color CAL, meaning that you need to knit with 2 separate skeins of yarn, 2 colorways, not something that's considered to be self-striping so that you use 1 skein of yarn, if that's making sense. You can go ahead and start on it because whips are allowed, and the finished project needs to be at least 75 grams in weight.
I have something I started today that you don't know about.
Oh, yeah.
I started a bundle in our group for pattern ideas for the CAL.
You are brilliant.
Because I was looking, I'm trying to decide what I want to make.
Oh, I already know what I'm making.
I put the 3-color cashmere shawl in there, I put the color affection in there, and then some other ones, some Melanie Berg patterns. But if any of you have any recommendations for anything that you want to see in the bundle, you know, if people use the bundle, then I'll definitely add it.
I like bundles. I've looked in some other Ravelry groups, and I like the bundles that people do. I think that was a brilliant idea. I know that Melanie Berg has got some of those, and some of the other, like I'm a member of the Gradients group, and they have some bundles of patterns that work really well with gradients. So, yeah, smart girl. Oh, you must get that from your mom.
I'm excited for the CAL. I really am.
I am.
We have some good prizes to give away. Some choice yarns from our own stashes. So we're excited. We're going to draw prizes from the chatter thread and from the finished objects thread.
Correct.
So once the chatter thread starts up, which will be posted the 15th.
Yes.
So Sunday, right?
If that's
12. Yeah, Sunday.
I don't do math.
Go ahead and start posting. Post pictures of your yarn, patterns that you want to try out. Just get talking because you have a chance to win prize.
That's it.
So I think that's it.
That's
administrative-y stuff.
I think that's all I have as well.
Okay, so I don't have any finished objects.
I don't either.
We're the worst.
No, we're not the worsted because we have been knitting, but I have another project that I've been working on this week. I volunteered to create the homeowners directory for our new subdivision, and so I've been putting that together.
Fun stuff.
Yes. Sucker.
I've been spinning this week. That's why I haven't knit as much. So, but I've still knit some.
Definitely been knitting. Just don't have any finished. I'm very close on one of them, though.
Okay, I know which one.
Yeah. All right, so you want to start with
I have a single whip.
I have 3 whips. So
you go.
All right. Go. So the one that I'm very close on is...
Oh, I didn't think it was that one.
Yes, it is this one. Oh. It is my summer leaf pattern that I showed you last week. And I am... Wait, what?
You're covering your face.
Oh, I'm okay with that. I am on getting ready to do the bind-off row. So that's why I am almost finished. And this pattern is Summer Leaf by Neem Teasdale. And
it's such a fun name.
It is gorgeous. This yarn is Madeline Tosh Sock in the Midnight Pass colorway.
And it's showing up a lot bluer than it is. As
Yeah,
I
it's
mentioned
definitely
before.
more of a teal color. There's more green in it, and I am beading it. So,
where are the beads from?
The beads we picked up at DFW. So if you
the artful bead, is that?
Yes, the artful bead. Let's see, where is the? Here it is. Here's the progress keeper from last week.
A little cake.
It's a little cake, and then this is how much I did this week. Now, it may not look like a lot, but as you can see, as you go, the rows get much longer. So it is still an awful lot of knitting. And I actually thought it was long enough at one point and bound it off and cut the thread.
Oh,
and then I'm like, no, I want this longer. So
is it supposed to be like, how are you wearing it? Like around your neck?
Yeah.
So like a...
That's the bottom.
Oh. Oh, so it's bottom up.
No, I'm sorry.
Wait.
It is this way.
Okay, yeah.
I'm sorry.
Crazy.
So I bound it off, and I decided I wanted it longer because I like a longer shawl. So I picked out the cast off row, which was
Super
a bear
fun.
and a bear.
A bear.
It was a bear to pick out.
It was a bear? I've never heard that before.
It was a pain. It was a bear. It was hard.
It's a bear?
B-E-A-R.
It was a bear. I never heard that before.
Okay.
Oh, what are the needles?
The needles are my Knit Picks Interchangeables, size 6. And I did, if you're looking for a really stretchy cast off, this was the elastic cast off. And I was able to kind of get a feel of how much yarn that used. And it actually used 3 times as much yarn as it would have just to knit the next row, because you bind off on a purl row. So whenever I picked up the knitting back again, I did the purl row and actually did 3 rows before I got to where I'd cut the yarn. So that's a really stretchy bind off, which you need, for shawls.
I've always done the cable bind. Wait, no, the one where you knit 2 together and then. I don't know what I'm talking about. That's one that I did for my my woodland crescent shawlette.
Okay, so you usually do the cable cast off. This one's called the elastic cast off, and I really liked it, and I did it on a previous shawl, which is why I wanted to do it again. So yes, so this will be bound off today, and then you'll see it next week after it's been blocked.
Yep. On episode 10.
Yes.
Next week is episode 10.
I need to get a Kleenex.
You gonna go get one? Usually the box is right there. I can't reach it. Anyway,
I'll
have
a Kleenex while you're talking.
Excuse me. All right, I have my monkey socks, which I'm sure y'all have seen because I think I've showed them twice now. It's technically a hoe because I have the first one done. So let's see. Slide it on the sock blocker. There it is. This is my first monkey sock. I did a little bit of a modification to it. I had originally cast on the 64 stitches required, or I cast on 24, increased to 64 to do the patterning, but it was way too tight. I'd gotten past the heel, which is a Fish Lips Kiss heel, by the way, and it was just way too tight over the top of my foot. I usually do 68 stitch socks, and these were 64, and those 4 stitches really made a difference.
So now that you've done the adaptation, if it's fine?
Oh yeah, if it's great now.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I really love it. But I added 4 stitches here, and then I added 2 up here for my calf. But other than that, I did this. I did it upside down because I knit these toe up. The pattern is top down. So the pattern is reversed. In the original monkey sock, the wider part of the V is at the bottom, like they're facing upwards.
The chevron is flipped.
Yeah. And so I did the no purl monkeys just because I like the look of it better.
What do you mean the no purl monkeys?
In the original pattern, the spaces between the V's, I'm trying to find, here, like right in the middle there, is purled.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it just adds another bit of texture.
It's just texture, yeah. But I like it better with the knits. I feel like it's smoother. Even though I love purling, it's not like I have anything against purling.
I know, man. She is so weird. She loves purling.
I do.
Freak.
But, this is, you want to talk about the Fish Lips Kiss Heel now?
We can, or we can talk about it on my sock.
You can talk about it on your sock.
Okay.
So this is the first sock.
Looks beautiful, and the yarn is...
Oh, yeah, the yarn is, my Teeny Button Feet sock. This is a merino nylon blend. This is my own yarn in the Tiffany's box colorway.
I love that color.
Based on the jewelry store Tiffany's and
I
their
need to
little
get me
iconic
some.
box.
Love it.
Yep. I have some to put in my shop update. Next time I do a shop update, I have it on Solo, I have it on DK, I have it on BFL, and I have it on the Feet space.
Wow.
So
You've been busy.
yeah, it's sold pretty well in my shop so far.
Well, it's beautiful. That's why.
Oh, and this is, thank you. This is the second sock. I started it yesterday and only did this little bit at the bottom. And look, it's a little ring because it's the Tiffany box colorway.
Yeah.
So I
Put
barely,
a ring on it?
I know.
I
I barely started the pattern. I have not even a full repeat. But they're trucking along.
Very pretty.
I really love these. There was one podcast, it might have been Stockinette Zombies, where one of them, I think it was Megan, she knit a pair of skew socks, and every time she sees yarn, she's like, that'd make a good pair of skew socks. That'd make a good pair of skew socks. And I'm thinking to myself, we were in the yarn store the other day, and I'm like, that would make a good pair of monkey socks. That would make a good pair of monkey socks.
Yeah.
So I will definitely be knitting this again, probably sooner rather than later, because I really love this pattern.
Yeah, it's. I mean, a ton of people have knit it.
Yeah, and this is again the Monkey Socks pattern by Cookie A, and it is knit for the Cookie Jar Cal, hosted by Laura of the Fawn Knits and Candace of the Pin Feathers and Pearls podcast.
Yay.
Yep. So that's my only whip.
Okay, my second whip is also a pair of socks. Again, I showed these last week. These are my favorite Dr. socks, and you can see where I was last week because of the Progress Keeper. So I've knit from here up. So on both socks, I knit 2 at a time, but on 2 separate needles, and I'm ready to put in the Fish Lips Kiss Heel. These are being knit. This is Knit Picks Felici in the Time Traveler colorway, and they are being knit on my High Sharp size 1.
I say this every time, but Felici is so soft. I love it.
We had a question on our YouTube account on our last podcast, I think it was, or maybe the one before. What is the Fish Lips Kiss Heel that we keep talking about? And I'm sorry that we've made the assumption that everyone knows what that is, but the Fish Lips Kiss Heel is a really great short row heel that Robin and I both use for our socks. It is a pattern by the Socks Therapist, Patty Joy, and it's only $1 pattern. So Robin and I both believe in this pattern so much that
we love this pattern.
It's what's so cool about this pattern is it okay. So when you get it, don't be overwhelmed.
It's a 16-page PDF.
Yeah, it's a really huge PDF. But the reason why it's so big is that she took the time to go into the theory of why the socks work so well, why the heel is perfect, and also gives you directions on how to measure your foot and why the heel needs to be started at a certain place and things like that. The actual pattern itself is only like, what, a page and a half?
Not even.
You know, the actual pattern itself is a very small amount of the entire pattern. And so sometimes people get overwhelmed by it, but if you just take the time to read it, you'll see that most of it is the theory behind it and the brilliance behind the pattern and how to get a proper fit, and to you actually will create a template for the foot that you're knitting for that you can use over and over and over, and then you can knit these socks for people who aren't around as long as you have the template and you know they'll fit.
The one thing I like about it is that it's both toe up and top down.
Yes, so she does give directions for both. So if you're a top down knitter, she says this is how to do it. If you're toe up knitter, she tells you how to do that as well. And Robin and I believe in this pattern so much that we would like to give away 5 of the patterns. So the first 5 people to send me a private message to Snip and Full on Ravelry, then I will gift the pattern to you. Patty Joy is undergoing treatment for breast cancer, and so this is, something, a couple of dollars in her account to help pay for medical expenses never hurts. So if you are interested in the Fish Lips Kiss Heel pattern, message me and you may get a pattern. Yeah. All right. So that's that, and I have one more. This one, as you know, last week I am tired of sprinkles, so I started a new charity hat, and don't want it to fall off my lap. I am about right here. So this is
about right here.
About right here. This is just your basic hat. I did, about an inch or so of ribbing, and then I'm just doing stockinette on the rest of it. This is Karen's Simply Soft yarn in pink, and
just called pink.
Just called pink. And I will, hopefully I will finish up this yarn because this is how much I have. And I'll probably just keep knitting until I finish the yarn or until the hat's big enough. And then if I have just a little bit left over, I'll keep it for scraps in case I need it for
embroider noses or something.
Noses if I'm doing, stuffy or something like that. So that's my last work in progress.
So I have, what do we do next? I have spinning and I have next up.
Why don't you do next up? That way we stay still in knitting.
Okay. So I have a pair of socks that I want to cast on that I haven't cast on yet because I can't decide on a pattern. I want some. Here, I'll show you. This is one of my project bags with kitties and flower crowns. I really love this. And the metallic dots at the bottom. I like that one. I like that fabric. So I've shown this yarn a couple weeks ago. This is from the Knitology sock crate subscription. And
this is the one we decided was a sock blank.
Yeah, I think it was a sock blank. And it's in the color Miss Etiquette. And it's a Downton Abbey inspired colorway. I think it's supposed to have a subtle striping effect.
Cool.
But I've never knit from a sock blank before, or I've never knit with pre-knit yarn.
I think that's more appropriate because it's not really
a sock blank. Yeah, it's not really a blank. But if anyone has any suggestions for patterns, I might just do a vanilla sock. But part of me thinks something textured, like a Hermione's Everyday sock.
Yeah.
Or something. I don't know. I just think it's really fun. And I kind of want a little break from patterned socks,
But it would be a pretty monkey sock.
I know. I'm going to knit a bazillion monkey socks. I'm going to have a whole drawer full of monkey socks.
I don't know. A monkey drawer.
I don't know why I haven't knit it before now because it's so popular.
Yeah.
And I love socks.
I know.
All right, well, that's it for next step. If anyone has any pattern suggestions, let me know.
That's a plan.
Yeah. I have spinning, too. You have anything you want to share, or you're just going to spinning?
I'm good.
Okay. I have, y'all have seen this before, but now I have two bobbins of, it's kind of lumpy at the end. This is fiber from Fellview Fibers, which is a UK-based Etsy shop. And this is the Apple Blossom colorway. And it's 100 grams of Tussa Silk Rose Fiber, faux cashmere, which we found out is nylon, bamboo, and mulberry silk. So I split it in half. I weighed it out. I weighed out the roll legs. And they should be even, but they don't really look even, do they?
Well, I think maybe it's just the way it is on the bobbin, but no, it doesn't look even. This one looks way bigger.
I know, but I weighed it out. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna
I don't know enough about spinning to help you there.
I'm gonna two-ply it. So I'll show it closer. I'm gonna two-ply it. So whatever I have left, I can wind off and do a center pull ball and then ply it on itself. It'll just have just be cut in the middle. It'll just be two separate skeins. So I'm happy with it. It's so soft. It's
pretty.
It's crazy soft, and it matches my sweater today.
Yeah, look at that.
I have one outfit, guys. I don't know if you noticed, but I
Actually, two.
I have two outfits. I wear the same outfits all the time. So
if y'all see a tank and a sweater.
Yeah, that's my uniform. But yeah, that's my spinning for this week.
Looks good.
Yeah, I have a little bit spun on my Turkish spindle, but I mean just a tiny amount. Bit. Yeah, it's not really enough to show. So, stash?
Sounds good.
Do you want to do the yarn shop stuff first, or do you want to do the Mother's Day stuff
Let me
first?
do the Mother's Day because the other one is longer.
Okay.
So, for Mother's Day, I received a gorgeous skein of yarn from Lola Did It. Robin, we both follow her on Instagram, and all the gorgeous yarns she puts on there.
She has some amazing stuff. She really does.
And so for Mother's Day, I received this. It is in the Steel Magnolias colorway. It's a worsted weight.
I tried to get it on sock, and I had found it, and I was waiting for Dad to get home because I wanted to see if he had gotten you anything yet. And in the time that it took from me finding it to Dad getting home, it had sold.
Oh, well, I am happy with this. It's gorgeous.
I actually, I messaged her and asked her if she could dye, if it was possible if she had any more on sock, or if she had, if she could dye it up in time. And she said that she couldn't, but she was insanely nice. Like, I mean, insanely nice. Like
That's like really nice.
Really nice.
Super nice.
Yeah. She got back to me within like 5 minutes.
But look how beautiful this is. This is like, it's got purple and navy blue and gray, and it's just gorgeous. Yeah. I don't know what I'm going to make with it, but it is soft, and I love it.
While I was paying for shipping, I'm like, I guess I'll get a skein too, because I'm already paying for shipping. So I got a skein of Lola Did It. This is her sock base, which is her everyday sock, 75-25 merino nylon. Yes. In the Tide is High colorway.
That's pretty.
I love it. I really love it. Yeah, no, but Lauren was fantastic. Like, I left her a message. I left her a review, and she had messaged me within like 5 minutes, thanking me and hoping that you like the yarn. So I highly recommend her shop. She has some beautiful colorways. She has a colorway based on Violet from Downton Abbey.
Oh yeah,
the Dowager Countess. And she has a Bohemian Rhapsody colorway, right?
I know, I saw that on Instagram, and I love Bohemian Rhapsody. Yeah. It's one of the songs that sometimes we just kind of break into. There was a trip that we took to Florida one time, and both the kids had friends, and all of a sudden we just burst down in the song, and we sang the whole song.
It's one of the songs that everyone knows.
Everybody knows because it's just fabulous.
Yeah, but anyway, go check out her shop. She's super nice. Her yarns are absolutely beautiful. Go.
Yes.
All right.
Okay, so we also took a out and about travel this week, and we went over to New Orleans and went down to the French Quarter and took a visit to the Quarter Stitch. Mm-hmm. We love this store.
Yeah.
It is absolutely beautiful. The people there are always nice. They have a lovely selection of yarn. It is both knitting and needlepoint. And we took a bunch of pictures, which we will insert, so that you can kind of get a feel for the store as well.
What street are they on again?
They are on
Chart Street.
Chart. It is the same street, like if you are in Jackson Square. At the very back of Jackson Square is St. Louis Cathedral with the Cabildo and the Presbytery.
It's to the left of the Cabildo.
Yeah, you would look at the St. Louis Cathedral, and then you may turn 90 degrees to your left and walk down that street. And it's also half a block.
There's also a weaving store.
Yeah, we noticed that there was a weaving store across the street, a couple of stores down, which we had never seen before.
We didn't get a chance to go in, though.
No, because parking in the Quarter is expensive.
It's very expensive.
And we were on a limited timeline there.
It's like obnoxiously expensive. It didn't used to be that expensive.
No.
Or maybe it did.
No. They change the prices depending upon the season, depending upon if there are festivals in town. So I don't know if we hit any of those. But
Jazz Fest was last weekend.
Yeah, Jazz Fest was the weekend before that.
French Quarter Fest?
No, that's already happened. That's in either March or April, early April. But anyway, so we went down to the Quarter Stitch, and we both felt the need to bring home a giftie.
Yeah. I posted on Instagram a picture of the outside of the store, and a ton of people commented that that's where they went whenever they were in New Orleans. It's like the tourist shop, but it's actually really good.
It's in the Quarter, but they have a great selection.
I wish they weren't so hard to get to.
Well, they're hard to get to for us because we're locals.
Yeah.
But, most people, when they go to New Orleans, it's not hard for them because so many people do stay in the Quarter. But anyway, I wanted to show you. I have not opened mine yet. So when you make a purchase from the Quarter Stitch, this is how it comes. This is how they wrap it up. And they've got a cute little tag in here with some confetti that shows the name of the store. And so I will open it up and show everybody what I got.
I already opened mine up.
Robin already opened
I couldn't
hers.
wait. I got, Dream in Color Everlasting Sock. So it's 100% superwash merino. I didn't look at that whenever I bought it. I'm still going to use it for socks. I'm just going to knit them at a tighter gauge in the Dream On colorway. Look how pretty that is. That'd make good monkey socks.
That is beautiful.
Monkey socks.
Monkey socks.
I might do a different
socks for everyone.
I know. I might do a different cookie pattern. But I really love it.
It's beautiful.
I really love it.
Yeah, it was hard to make a choice. I also got some Dream in Color yarn, and I got Swooshy Cashmere. Ooh, and this is it's a sparkler colorway. Now, I don't know why
It doesn't have
sparkles
Selena.
in it, which, but anyway, it is gorgeous. It's all sorts of purples and mauves and maroons, and it's soft.
I will tell you, I have knit with Dream in Color with cashmere, Smooshy with cashmere in a dark blue colorway, and it stained my fingers.
Well, we will do the yarn setting project. Did you ever upload that video?
No.
Okay, well.
I was supposed to do it on Sunday, but the podcast episode didn't get uploaded until Saturday, and I didn't want to post 2 videos back to back.
Okay, so this weekend we will put that up.
Yeah.
And so, yes, what I did with the other yarn, the purple yarn that I did in that little mini tutorial, I will also do with this yarn.
We should do that today so it can dry.
Well, I'm not knitting with it yet.
Oh.
So anyway, just wanted to show the card. Here's the quarter stitch address. They have a website. Oh, I got a bobo on my finger. Don't look at that. There we go. But anyway, that's where we went, and we'll put pictures in to show you a little bit about the store.
Yeah. And I think that's it for stash. You have any more stash?
No, that is it for stash.
Okay. We got some mail this week, which was very exciting.
It was.
So you've never gotten mail before. I mean, we've gotten mail before, but not like podcast mail.
Podcast mail.
So Penny of the Creek Gardens Crafts messaged me on Instagram. She wanted to know if she could send me some of her handmade cards for us to show on the podcast.
They are absolutely
They're
fabulous.
gorgeous.
She is an artist. She's brilliant.
Yeah. I don't think she has an Etsy shop. She does have a Facebook page, so we'll link that in the show notes.
Yes, and if you're interested in purchasing some of her cards, maybe you can message her there.
I think she might do local sales. I'm not sure.
Well,
but,
you can message her and ask.
Here.
Okay, so
these are some of the cards that she sent us.
Okay, so here's the first one. Look how gorgeous that is. This is
Maybe
grateful.
tilt it forward so you can.
Well, I'm
it's
trying.
worse.
Yeah, there we go. I'm trying to avoid the glare. So that says grateful, and it's a 3D. 3D, like the little acorns are raised.
This one says thankful for you, and these are all handmade, hand cut.
They're all handmade.
That's so amazing.
Okay, this one says, I love this one. Happy Mother's Day.
Yeah, that's so cute.
Little Mama Bear.
This says happy thoughts for you. I like the colors on this one.
That's pretty. And this one is adorable too. It says, hello, my friend.
I'm gonna get that to my best friend for her birthday because she loves cards like that. And this one says, thanks, teacher.
They're absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah.
I used to make cards back in the day. I was really heavily into stamping, and we had a group where we swapped stamp images and everything. And these are absolutely gorgeous. I mean, each card is multiple layers, which is so labor intensive. They are, this card right here has got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different layers on it. And so it's raised in multiple levels. It's absolutely gorgeous. I mean, she did a wonderful job, and I would be thrilled if I got a card like this.
People don't appreciate cards like they used to.
No, they don't. And they don't appreciate the time that went into something as gorgeous as this either, because this was very labor intensive. And I know it had to have been a labor of love for her, because
there's a fight going on under these chairs. Sorry.
But I was, when Robin opened the package, I just, my heart was just so excited.
I love this
because they're beautiful. I just love them all.
I know.
Absolutely all of them. I mean, this mama bear is just too cute for words. I mean, you see all the little hairs all the little fur hairs that she has on her body. Oh, it's adorable. And she's got a little pearl in her bow. Look at that.
We really like these cards. We really do.
Oh, she did a beautiful job. Yeah. Penny, you're genius.
Thank you, Penny.
You're genius.
Yeah, so we'll link to her Facebook page. And I think that might be all we have this week, huh?
Yeah, I think so. That's, we might actually have a shorter podcast this week. Do you have any shop update news?
No. There's probably going to be one next Friday.
Okay, so no shop update this week.
Yeah.
We do plan to put the video of the setting the yarn dye up this weekend. And before the podcast, I took a little mini video of Pearl, who was working on the yarn that I had, the little bag that I had with the quarter stitch yarn in it, that we'll put at the very end of the podcast.
She was decorating it.
Yes, she was.
Teeth marks.
She was putting her Pearl, signature on things.
There she goes.
So after we finish, stay to the very end, and you can see a little bit of her in action.
Here, let's have her make a guest appearance. A guest appearance.
Hey, Pearly girly.
I had
look at her face.
I know.
Oh, look at her face.
I had someone on Instagram ask if she was a measer. And I'm like, what's a measer? But apparently measer is short for Siamese. Or it's not short for Siamese because it's longer.
But it's slang.
It's, slang for Siamese.
I've never heard that one. But
yeah.
So now she's the measer.
She's the measer. She's a lynx point Siamese, we think. But
part of her is. She also has a tabby tail.
Well, that's the lynx point is striped. They're striped Siameses.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought the lynx point referred to the little tufts on the ends of her ears.
No, that's the coloring with the stripes. So we don't know what she is. She was a rescue.
Yeah, they threw her and her brothers and sisters in a box in the garbage at Walmart. They found her in a dumpster.
She was 3 days old. But
she's ours. Well, yours.
She's our baby.
My kitty.
She is going to be a year old on the 29th. Her first birthday. I'm going to get her a cat treat for her birthday.
Party.
But that's enough about the cat. All right.
Oh, speaking of birthdays, today's my mom's birthday, so I want to wish her happy birthday.
Hi, Nana.
Love you, Mom.
So I think that is it.
That's all for me.
So thank you to everyone who watched this far. And thank you for all of our new viewers. Thank you for everyone who comments on YouTube and in the Ravelry group. Again, that's going to be linked down below. And we will see you next week.
See you, everyone.
Bye.
Bye. Happy knitting. What are you doing?
She's after that crinkly paper.
We're getting ready to podcast. We don't need your help.
She doesn't care.
I can't show everybody on the podcast chewed on ribbon.
It's been enhanced.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's enhanced ribbon. Silly, silly girl.